Someone told me a strange old witch had snuck into the wedding. I'm guessing that's you. I need you to come up with some excuse and just get out of here. All you'll do is cause embarrassment for your poor little sister.
Oh, hello, Kurt. Charming as always. I'm afraid I don't really follow you, though. You're saying that if I stay here, I'll just embarrass Julia?
That's right. I'm saying that you're way older than her and it's going to cause problems. We're going to spend the rest of our lives together, and I won't let anyone or anything cause trouble at our wedding. Not even her friends or family.
I see. You are right about one thing. She is a beautiful and wonderful young woman. I can see why you might feel overprotective about her.
I don't think anyone could have guessed her older sister would be such a wrinkly grandma. Not even Julia's beauty can offset your hideousness. If anything, the contrast just makes it harder to look at you. So get away from the wedding for her sake. And don't you go upsetting her by telling her I said anything either.
Excuse me? Are you saying what I think you're saying? You haven't even talked any of this over with Julia?
Of course I haven't said a single word about it to her. What did I just tell you? That's why you need to come up with something. Just say you have a cold or something like that.
Are you being serious with me right now? Have you even been paying attention to how excited both Julia and I have been for her special day? I practically raised Julia. I'm like a parental figure to her at this point. It would just break her heart if I wasn't there with her to celebrate.
Are you listening to me? That's why I am saying you need to come up with an excuse so she doesn't get sad about it. I guess a dropout like you might need things explained in simpler terms.
What did you just say?
You didn't think that I knew about how you dropped out of high school? Both Julia and I graduated from one of the best schools in the country. So when I first met you, I thought you must have had a similar path as us and had gone to a nice school. And then I hear you're just a wrinkly high school dropout. To be honest, I couldn't hold back my laughter.
Well, I hope you took our situation into account and understand that I did what I needed to do to take care of her. I had to make some big life changes in order to make sure that Julia was taken care of and raised properly. And because of my lack of diploma, the only work I could get at first was as a maid. But those decisions weren't easy ones for me, you know.
Wait, hold on. I understand that maybe all you could do at the time was be a maid. But how many years has it been now? How many chances have you had to better yourself? You're telling me you couldn't find any other job in all these years? All you can do is clean up after people. No, come on. Be serious with yourself at least. You're just old, dumb, and lazy.
What do you mean? You think I never found another job?
I think I don't really care about your sob story, okay, Grandma? The only thing I have to say to you is that you need to get out of here. All you're doing is bringing the mood down. I know how I want my wedding to go, and it won't be the amazing party I want it to be if you're here.
I completely understand how you feel about wanting an amazing wedding day. But do you really think that my looks are affecting the mood? I'll be honest, it really hurts my feelings to hear you say something like that.
You really need to wake up and face the real world, okay? You are just an old lady now. Just look at all the other girls who are here. There are so many babes, it almost makes me wish I wasn't getting married. And look at the guys, too. I think we've assembled quite the array of hunks, too.
Is that what you'd call them? Anyway, doesn't matter. This is your wedding, right? So you must have some kind of friendship or relationship to the people you've invited, no? Or did you really just pick your friends based on how good you thought they looked?
Oh, shut up. Don't pretend like you know me. Anyways, you're not a friend or family as far as I'm concerned. And just one glance around at the other guests should show you that you don't belong here. Do me a favor and try not to talk to anyone on your way out. I don't need you bothering my friends.
I really don't think I need to talk to any of them anyways.
Everyone here, guys and girls, are way above you. They would never in a million years want to have anything to do with some old hag like you.
I do have to agree with you on one thing. There are certainly a lot of fabulous-looking people at this wedding. And Kurt, aren't you set to take over your family company soon? I guess most of these guests must be high-ranking company officials or board members.
Yes, yes. I only surround myself with amazing people. Thank you for noticing. And don't go getting any bright ideas. They are wealthy and important men, and none of them are going to be interested in taking an old bag like you home. Now listen to what I am telling you. Only the most beautiful young women are allowed. It's going to be the best wedding ever. So you need to listen to what I'm saying and go home right now.
Very well. I understand.
Excuse me, I can't seem to find you anywhere. Are you still here? I was hoping to be able to finally meet you. Have you not arrived yet?
Ah, Jerry. I'm very sorry to say this, but I am actually on my way home.
I beg your pardon. Did something happen? Did you leave something important at home? Or are you not feeling well? Did you catch something?
No, it's nothing like that. The groom asked me not to attend the wedding, and I don't want to spoil his special day.
He did what? What could he possibly have meant by telling you that?
Well, he said it was because I was an old high school dropout who was too wrinkly to be at the wedding rubbing shoulders with beautiful people. Or something along those lines. He also said that if I attended the wedding, it would only embarrass Julia.
He said all that? You're telling me that my employee really said all those things?
Yes. I am embarrassed to even mention it, but it's true. I've heard of Bridezilla, but I don't know what you call this. Grumora?
That little punk. Does he even realize what he's doing?
He might not be completely off base. Just the thought of embarrassing my sweet little sister on her big day. Well, I just couldn't stand the thought and decided it would be best if I just went home. I told Julia that I wasn't feeling well and that I couldn't stay any longer.
Wait just a moment, please. Is everything you're telling me right now true?
I know it sounds like a lot, but I'm really not the type to embellish.
I am sorry, terribly sorry, for the awful things he said to you, ma'am. I would have never expected him to be capable of something like that. He's usually so respectful. Although, if I am being honest, I guess I have noticed that he has a tendency to get quite full of himself at times. But to think he would take things so far, I can't help but feel responsible for letting it get this bad.
No, please don't worry yourself. It's possible he was just telling me what Julia was too afraid to say.
Mary, you gave up everything you had and dedicated your life to raising Julia. To think that spoiled brat who was handed everything on a silver platter would try and rob you of the chance to be at your sister's wedding. It makes my blood boil.
I will admit that at first I was quite hurt by the things he said. And I think I may have panicked a bit because it all came so suddenly.
Of course, your feelings are completely justified.
But it's Julia's wedding. I've been looking out for her this long. I can manage this as well if it will make today better for her.
I very highly doubt that's true. Does Kurt know all about the circumstances? As in, he knows all that you gave to give Julia a happy life.
Yes, I tried to explain to him as best I could. But he seemed to be unable to grasp anything past the fact that I was a high school dropout who became a maid.
I see. I think I'm going to have a little talk with him real quick then.
Oh, no, please don't bother yourself by doing that. As long as Julia is happy, that's really all I care about.
Are you absolutely sure about this? You know that you mean the world to her. I just can't see how suddenly leaving the wedding will bring Julia the happiness that I know you want for her.
Do you really think that?
Don't worry. I'll make sure Kurt gets a strict talking to. So please, turn around and come back to be by your sister's side for this moment.
Okay, I will.
Why was my boss just yelling at me earlier? Did you go and tell him something you shouldn't have? And why was he even talking to you in the first place? Don't tell me you were trying to hit on him because you think he's handsome or something. I'm pretty sure I warned you about that.
That would be incorrect. Actually, the thing is, our companies have been planning to work together for some time now, so we arranged to have some meetings in the future.
What? What are you talking about? Did our company start a new contract with your cleaning service?
I don't work for a cleaning service anymore. Actually, I run a cosmetics company.
You mean like you're a store manager? Or you clean the store after everyone goes home?
I mean, like I own the company.
What? You have your own company? But I thought you were just a high school dropout.
I am just a high school dropout. One who worked hard and eventually started her own company. And that's how I met Jerry, your boss. And he wanted to formally introduce himself today, but you drove me away from the venue. So that's what I told him when he asked where I was.
Are you being serious right now? Why didn't you tell me all of this sooner?
Well, I don't like to mix my work life and my private life. And you don't really have anything to do with my work, so I didn't really think I needed to tell you anything. But because of that, you decided it was okay to bully me the way you did earlier.
Wow. So then if Julia and I get married, then that would mean some big things for both of our companies, wouldn't it? All this could even end up in a merger between our two companies.
I told you that I don't like to mix my private and work life. Even though I explained it to you, you just won't listen. I think that bad habit of not listening will get you into trouble one day. Well, even more trouble.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? What kind of trouble do you mean?
I'm just saying that you might have a pay cut in your future. Your boss seemed really mortified when he heard about what you did. I'm worried he might think I'm going to reconsider the deal I was making with him.
What? No, that was never my intention.
Well, you can explain that to him. I've already talked to him about this little incident, so it's quite out of my hands now. I should tell you that he spoke to your father, though.
He what? Why would he do that?
Well, your father owns your company, doesn't he? I'm sure Jerry just wanted him to know about how you've been treating your future sister-in-law and future potential business partner.
Oh my god. I have to stop him.
It's too late. I've already spoken to your father. He came to apologize to me.
Wait, really? He apologized? Did he really do something like that?
Oh yes, he did. He came to me begging for forgiveness. He said that he never thought his own son could be such a stupid, inconsiderate jerk.
Hold on a second. I don't think that was really called for.
Don't shoot the messenger. Well, in any case, it seems that most of your wedding guests are in agreement with that sentiment.
Now, what is that supposed to mean? I'm sick of the way you've been talking to me. Stop all these dumb games and just tell me what you want to say.
I'm saying that all the pretty young women you were so happy to have at your wedding are packing up and going home.
Are you serious? Why are they doing that? They were supposed to make this day that much more beautiful. What did you tell them?
Yes, I'm sure that was the thing you were most looking forward to today. And just why are there so many beautiful women coming to your wedding anyways? Is it true that you even asked one of them out on a date?
That I what? I would never do that, and I won't tolerate any lies like that. And besides, I thought I told you not to talk to anyone at the wedding. Why did you open your big mouth?
I'm afraid that the whole thing was leaked out to the guests. Everyone heard about how the terrible groom went behind the poor bride's back and hit on one of the guests.
What the hell are you talking about? You better stop this. You don't even have any proof of the things you're accusing me of.
Well, I heard it straight from the poor girl's mouth. She seemed very upset.
I don't understand. And just why were any of the gorgeous girls talking to an old hag like you?
Yes, they are all young, beautiful, intelligent, and overall lovely young women. But they actually all have something else in common as well. They all work for me.
What are you talking about now?
Come on, Kurt. This is so simple even a high school dropout can understand. All those lovely young women work at my company. They all came to celebrate Julia's special day. But once they heard that I had gone home, they all started to do the same, apparently.
Are you serious? So they were all just your employees?
Yes, weren't you listening? I am the president of a cosmetics company. There are lots of pretty girls interested in entering the beauty industry, it seems. Of course, I'm not just hiring them because of their looks. But it has to be said that there are many gorgeous girls working under me.
I can't believe it. So, they all work for your cosmetics company. Which means that's why. That girl really went and told you about what I said to her?
Yes, she told everyone. And while I was shocked, what was more shocking was the number of people who weren't shocked. It seems you've been pretty busy, haven't you? So many girls came forward after that with the same story. You really are just a horrible person down to your core, aren't you? I heard the same story so many times I felt sick.
No, you've got it all wrong. I was just inviting them out to eat, nothing else.
Why were you inviting girls out to eat at your own wedding? Were you really trying to use your wedding just to meet girls?
No, that's not it at all. I just thought it would be good to be able to reach them, for emergencies.
Well, you do know that all the girls came because they wanted to help Julia celebrate her wedding. All of them are her friends, and you tried to get in between those friendships.
No, you've got me all wrong. That's not what I was doing. I was just trying to make friends with Julia's friends. I thought the wedding would be a good way to get to know her friends better, that's all.
Well, anyways, the girls you were harassing the most all have boyfriends already. They explained everything to Julia not long after you talked to them.
They went to Julia and told her everything?
Everything. Including about how you looked down on me and called me an old woman. And then how you told me to come up with an excuse and leave the wedding.
Wait. Just let me explain. Are you really trying to blow up my wedding right now? Do you think that doing this is going to make your little sister happy?
It's exactly because I want the best for my little sister that I told her the truth about everything. And even though it looks like the result might be this wedding getting called off, I think that that might just be for the best. It's much better than her being legally tied down to a scumbag like you.
Please, just hold on a minute. You have to understand. If I get left at the altar like this, everyone will think I'm a horrible person.
Well, that sounds very fitting to me. I'm so glad you were kind enough to show me your true colors before the ceremony. I couldn't have rescued Julia from your evil clutches without all of your assistance today. And now that everyone has seen just what a horrible person you are, I hope your suffering is only beginning. After that, Julia, in tears, slapped Kurt right in the face. Right in front of everyone who had come to see them get married. After that, it was officially announced that the wedding would be cancelled. Of course, Kurt's father was furious with him. Any prospects Kurt might have had regarding succeeding his father as company president were quickly put to rest. He was hung out to dry by both his company and his friends. No one wanted anything to do with such a horrible person ever again.
Trent, you're done with work now, right? Or do you have overtime again today?
Oh, hi, Alex. Yep, I have overtime again today, just like always.
This must be what? The 5th day in a row? Are you alright?
What do you mean?
Like, your health, are you feeling okay? I know it can't be helped that your company is busy, but try not to overdo it, okay, babe? Remember to be kind to yourself.
You done yet?
Huh?
I want to get back to work now. You done yet?
Sure. What about supper?
Don't bother. I don't need any tonight either.
Got it.
Bye.
Trent, do you have overtime again today?
Yeah.
You sure have had a lot of overtime these last few months, huh? I haven't known anyone that worked this much. I don't even remember the last time you came home on time.
So what? Quit your whining. Who are you, my mom? I'm making a heck of a lot more money for it. You should be thanking me.
It's just, I don't really see it reflected in your salary. If you're making so much money, where is it all going?
Huh?
I've never seen any of your payday invoices because you deal with all that stuff. But the money being paid into our joint bank account every month is no different from the time you did no overtime at all. Despite the fact you work so many hours in a week these days, your company's probably in violation of the Labor Standards Act.
Well, yeah, of course. It's because I'm doing, service overtime. Yeah, that's it.
Huh?
Listen, babe, I haven't told you about this, but the truth is our company's not doing so well lately. The CEO said he was desperate for people to do extra, but turnover was so bad they couldn't afford to cover us for it. So he lowered his head and practically begged me. I felt bad for him. Plus, I've been at this company for a while and they've always been good to me, so yeah. I'm doing service overtime. That's why my salary looks the same.
I see. Is that so?
Yeah, it is. People are saying if we can pull together as a team and get through this rough patch, we'll be back up to our old strengths before long. That's why I need you to stop complaining and have my back for a change. This is out of my hands, babe. It can't be helped.
I see. All right. Trent, do you have a minute? I need to talk to you. It won't take long.
What do you want?
Are you still at work?
Yeah. I told you before, right? I'm doing service overtime. It's out of my hands. You need to stop bothering me while I'm at work.
Oh, that's interesting. You wouldn't actually happen to be, say, at a hotel with your lover, would you?
Huh?
All this crap about overtime wouldn't happen to be an excuse for you to go off on seedy little trysts with your lover, the CEO's wife, would it? And you wouldn't have just happened to have been fired earlier this week for your affair with said CEO's wife, would you? Does any of this ring any bells, Trent?
What the hell? How?
Listen, your dismissal notice just came today.
My what?
A letter addressed to you from the company came. Then your manager, you know, the one who we met through, and some other stiff corporate-looking guys showed up at our door out of the blue this morning. I'm sure you've been made aware of the situation with your husband through the dismissal notice we sent, but we wanted to let you know he was, in fact, dismissed for gross misconduct.
What the heck? They must have been pranksters, babe. I'm at work right now.
Cut the crap, Trent. They told me they felt I had a right to know why you were dismissed, because it was something that would influence my life greatly. They told me you were having an affair with the current CEO's wife. When I asked, they told me that she's also the daughter of the previous CEO. You really picked a blinder with her, didn't you?
Damn it. What's the point? Whatever, the secret's out. I can't hide it anymore. Okay, fine, I'm having an affair. Everything they told you is true. I'm in a sexual relationship with Melissa Silverstein, the daughter of the previous CEO and the wife of the current one.
Why do you sound so proud to announce it? They told me that's why you got fired.
What of it? It was nothing more than a vain attempt at revenge to soothe the CEO's profound butthurt.
Revenge?
You still don't get it, do you? Pitiful. All it takes is one look at Melissa's titles to realize what I'm getting at here.
Huh? Daughter of the previous CEO and wife of the current one? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, bingo! Think about it for a moment, you dimwit. How do you imagine my future to look being loved by a woman like that?
I don't follow.
Bright, dazzling, and envied by all.
Excuse me? The only future I can see for you right now is one where you're perpetually crushed by the suffocating pressure of the enormous compensation payments you're gonna owe to me and the CEO. That might not be so bad if you had a job to come up with the money, but you just got fired for gross misconduct. Your future looks pretty dark, gloomy, and miserable to me. Which part of that is supposed to be dazzling or enviable? Do you even realize the magnitude of what you've done?
What the frick are you talking about? You're surprisingly stupid. Did I really marry someone who's this much of a moron?
What's so funny?
It's true, I'll almost definitely owe you and the CEO a hefty sum in compensation. On top of that, the CEO will almost definitely divorce Melissa. However, think, Alex, just think for once in your life. Show me what that little peanut between your ears is capable of. Okay, I get it's probably hopeless. Your mind's just too slow. I'll just explain. The point is, Melissa will still be the daughter of the previous CEO.
Sure, so what?
Basically, if me and Melissa get married, I'll become the next CEO.
What? Wait, what?
Jesus, woman, do you still not understand?
I don't understand how you can be this much of an idiot. Oh my, I almost feel bad for you. Let me make sure we're on the same page here. So you think that if you marry the daughter of the last CEO, you automatically become the next one? Please, can you just confirm that's what you're actually trying to say?
Yep, you got it. Maybe you're not such a dummy after all. You see, Melissa's an only child, with no brothers to inherit the company. Whoever she marries automatically becomes the next CEO. Surely that's obvious.
By extension of that logic, if the current CEO divorces Melissa, he automatically loses his position as CEO? Is that what you're claiming?
Yep, you got it, sweet cheeks. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to the moon, baby! Then the whole epic will draw to a close with me firing the old CEO after a dramatic speech in front of the whole company on the dawn of my rise to power. The movie's about to begin, and I'm the MC.
You're more detached from reality than I thought. I hate to tell you this, Trent, but I'm not so sure if this is gonna go down quite how you expect it to. Anyway, that aside, I'm gonna be going back to my folks' place this evening. I'll leave the divorce papers on the table. See to it that they get signed and handed in. I intend on finding a lawyer and leaving everything to do with the compensation up to him later this week. So when the invoice turns up, make sure you pay.
Sure, whatever. I hand the papers in today and even pay you a generous sum in compensation. I feel bad for you, you know. It must hurt to lose a guy like me. I gotta admit, I didn't expect my secret to get out this early, but it looks like I'm gonna get my happy ending all the same. Before long, my dream of becoming CEO will be a reality. I'll be the boss, and everyone will bow down to me. Me!
Lord, give me strength.
Alex, I've changed my mind. The divorce is off. I repeat, the divorce is off. Abort! Damn and blast it. I forgot I handed in the papers. Oh, whatever, no biggie. Just go and register us to get married again, okay, sweetie pea? Let's get back together.
Ah, Trent, good morning. I was just about to message you.
Yeah, of course you were. I'm glad we're on the same page here, baby. Me and you were meant to be together forever. Let's face it, I'm hardly a guy you can forget about overnight, am I?
I hate to do this to you after you just got fired, but you owe me compensation for the affair.
What?
I don't feel like I should even have to say this, but we are never, ever, ever getting back together. Give me a break. Who the hell would get back with a dirtbag who cheated on them?
But Alex, me and you were always meant to be together. Do you believe in fate? I do, and I've always thought me and you were fated, like soulmates, you know? That's why we need to...
I take it you just realized you're not gonna be CEO and are panicking to try and salvage something resembling a life? I mean, it was obviously never gonna happen. I worked at that company for a long time before we got married. It was clear to me back then that the only people who made CEO were those who did so on their own merit and hard work. Your lover Melissa's marriage to the CEO only came about through marriage talks established after he stepped up to his current position. She has nothing to do with management or succession.
Oh my god!
And come on, Trent, really? What kind of company appoints their CEOs based on who happens to be married to the daughter of the last guy who ran the place? Can you imagine how quickly they'd go bankrupt?
No, Alex, I'm different. I've got what it takes. I would have kept everyone in line. I'll just slam my face down on my CEO's desk and everyone will be soon doing their jobs like obedient little worker ants. We'll be smashing productivity records.
Wow. Is there not even a little part of you that suspects there might be more to a CEO's job than that? It's true. I've never been a manager myself, and I don't claim to be any kind of expert on what a CEO's work duties entail. But applying even a tiny bit of common sense, there's no way the head of such an enormous organization could keep things running just by slamming his fist on his desk and trying to look tough. In fact, I think even an elementary school kid could figure that out. Do you have any idea how naive you sound?
But Melissa, a woman of very high status loves me, and nothing will change that.
Like I said, that's meaningless at that company. Even if, for argument's sake, there are companies who appoint successors on such a ludicrous system, which I doubt, that company most definitely does not. In reality, even if she and the CEO do divorce, that still doesn't mean you'll be getting a look in. The only thing you managed to achieve with this ridiculous plot of yours was getting fired. Well done, doofus. You proud? I heard Melissa just got disowned by her parents, too. Don't you think your fates in all this tell the whole story?
But
Even if you don't want to admit how tragically foolish and arrogant you've been, surely there's a part of you that's capable of basic logic and understands the hopelessness of your situation. After all, why else would you come begging me to take you back? Because any hope you had of paying back the enormous amount of compensation you owe just vanished before your eyes.
if you understand that, then give me another chance, please. You're all I've got.
Didn't I tell you we're never getting back together?
Maybe so, but you can change your mind, can't you?
No. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I received Melissa's portion of the compensation ages ago.
What? No way!
According to her representative, she plans to do her utmost to find a new job to help her pay off the loan she had to take out to cover it. They wouldn't tell me anything else, though.
You're lying, right?
Nope, that's more your area of expertise. Goodbye!
Alex, help me, please. This is serious now. The company found out I've been overclaiming on corporate expenses. They demanded I pay them back every cent. Holy crap, there's no way I can pay this. My life is over. Ah! I didn't think it'd be a problem since it was all gonna be my money one day anyway when I became CEO. But the company lawyer started preaching to me about how even if I was CEO, it would never be acceptable to use company expenses to fund expensive restaurants and holidays. Between that and the compensation you're demanding, I owe almost $100K. Can you believe that? $100,000. I screwed up. I screwed up big time. Alex, please, I'm begging you. Can we just call it quits on the compensation? Could you maybe help me pay back the 7 years worth of embezzled corporate expenses too? Please? I know we can do it. If we join forces and work as a team, we can claw our way out of this together. I believe in us, babe. Alex!
Go away.
Huh?
I divorced you because I don't want anything to do with you ever again. Do not contact me, you delusional freak.
No, your words. They cut like a knife through my heart. How could you do this to me, Alex?
It was plainly obvious talking to Trent that he wasn't going to get me my money, so I went over to his parents' place for a chat. When I explained everything that had happened until now, they both let out a sigh of relief so big it was like every oxygen molecule was expelled from their body in a single breath. They told me they were going to force him to work at a forestry company run by one of their acquaintances, and along with instilling some discipline in him, promised they'd see to it that I got my compensation. Apparently, they also made the same promise to his old company regarding the embezzled expenses. A few days later, my tragic ex-husband was sighted crying his eyes out while banging on the back of windows of a black sedan driving away in the direction of the countryside. It's actually kind of embarrassing to think I married such a delusional moron in the first place. On a side note, I felt strangely inspired by watching my lawyer at work. His rhetorical abilities and work ethic were just something else. So inspired, in fact, that I decided to try and become a lawyer myself. I know how tough it's gonna be, but I'm determined to do my best.